The best investment's not in stocks, it's not in crypto, it's not in real estate. The best investment is in yourself. Okay, the best investment is in yourself. So what does that mean? What does it mean to invest in yourself? A lot of people think invest only means money, but it could be skills and knowledge. You can learn new skills and new knowledge that gives you information in order to know something to succeed. Information is crucial, knowledge is crucial. A skill, one valuable skill that you invest yourself into and learn everything about can get you to the next level. Just learning one skill, just investing in yourself to take time to learn that skill. It could be in your health, investing in a gym, investing at the grocery store in the foods that you eat, investing in time researching about nutrition, about macros, calories, how to track what you're eating, investing in a coach who has done what you want to do, who has the physique that you want, who has the knowledge in the gym that you want, who knows exactly what to eat and how to limit brain fog, how to increase productivity, how to feel great while also looking good. So you can invest time by learning, you can invest money by getting a coach, getting on a program, somebody who knows exactly what to do. And by the way, if you're looking for that, you can DM me on Instagram at Blake D'Ambrosio and we can see what we can do, get you on a personalized plan. It can be in people. You can invest in people. Maybe go to networking events. Maybe get yourself in the right rooms. You might have to pay. You might have to spend an hour, 2 hours commuting. That's investing in yourself by going on drives to see people, by getting yourself in the rooms, getting yourself in networking events where you know other people are also investing in themselves, which is the people you want to be around. You want to be around the people who are willing to invest in themselves, take a bit of a chance, maybe spend $1,000, couple hundred, couple $1,000 to meet people. I mean, you got to believe in yourself to think you can go into a room after spending some money and come away with some connections worth that couple $1,000, right? So that's an investment in yourself. Getting around new people, elevating your friend group, maybe moving to a new place so you can experience new things, so you can meet new people. There's some places where people, entrepreneurs, the right people you want to be around, all like to go. In the States, you know, Miami, Austin, New York, a few examples of places you can invest some money to get yourself out into that city in order to meet people, in order to do bigger things, in order to see more things. Because I'm from Portland, Oregon, and what I did is I invested in myself to a couple Miami trips. Why? Because I wanted to see the life that I wanted to live. If you never see it, if you can never physically touch it, you won't know. But if you can have the faith in yourself to invest some money, get yourself in the right room, see what the life you want to live, see a Lambo for the first time, see a nice penthouse, get around people who you're not used to. That's all an investment in your future self. And so a little bit about my story. I dropped out of college when I was maybe 18 or 19, and then I started reselling sneakers right during COVID, so maybe 2020. And I still had a lot of bad habits. I still didn't know anything about growth, personal development, and I was negative all the time. And long story short, I luckily came across reselling at the peak of its time when everything was 3x retail, and I was in Portland, Oregon, which is the right spot to be as well. So I start reselling for about a year and it's going great. Market's at the all-time high, and that's exactly when I joined. So I thought it was always going to be like this. I thought it was sunshine and rainbows. And so for a year it's going great, but I can still keep my bad habits. I still don't have to be around different people. I could still hang out with, kind of the average friends that I had at the time, and there was no harm. And I start making a decent amount of money, and a year later when the market kind of starts dropping and starts correcting itself, I start freaking out because I'm unable to make as much money as I was by still not working hard. So my income goes down. I'm still around the same people I'd been around for the last couple years, and I knew something had to change. And it wasn't business. Business wasn't what I had to change. It wasn't a little, there wasn't any critiques in that area, but it was in my mind. It was in my knowledge. It was in the people who I was around. That's what had to change. And so I started looking up how to invest in yourself. What should I read? Where should I go? Who should I try and be around? And so 2022 comes and I start paying using the money that I made in reselling. Here's a small point. I didn't go and blow that money on fancy shoes or a new car or a new nice house or anything like that. I reinvested it. First, I was reinvesting it back into the business, but then when I hit this kind of low point, I understood I had to invest in myself, not the business right now. It's time to invest in myself because the level of your self-development will never outgrow your business. So let's say your business randomly shoots up. If you're still indulging in all the vices, if you're still not a high level, not around good people, that's going to come back down because your business can't outgrow your level of self-development for a sustainable period of time. But back to me investing in myself. So I get in these rooms, go to Miami for a couple events, which changed my life. I start reading these books. I start watching podcasts. I turned off Apple Music, and in the car I start listening to podcasts. A couple people for you: Ed Milet, Brad Lee, Wes Watson, Luke Belmar, Iman. Some of the the staples in the game. And I just started listening to these guys instead of listening to music talking about drugs and murdering people and wasting money on jewelry and all this. I started listening to some quality information. I had to pay for some of it, and others I just invested my time. I invested not listening to music and listened to the podcast instead. So I was investing in my days this knowledge from the podcast, this knowledge from the books, The Alchemist, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, 48 Laws of Power, just a couple basics to get started. And slowly but surely, my mind starts to change. Okay? Because I'm getting positive information. I'm learning that you can actually control your mind and control your thoughts, and you can be aware and you can choose whether or not you're mad regardless of the situation. You can choose how you react. And I had never known this before, even with a somewhat successful business. But then I sort of hit a low point, realized I had to work on myself now. And so, getting all this knowledge, I understand the power of who you're around. I understand that if you want to get to the next level, you might have to leave some people behind who aren't willing to get to that next level. You can't be around the people who got you to this level in order to get to the next level. It just doesn't work. It's sad. You want to take everybody with you. You want everybody to succeed. Your family members, your friends, the people you grew up with. But it just doesn't work like that, right? Only a couple people are successful. A small percentage of people are successful. So more likely than not, all your friends aren't going to be successful. So there's some people you got to leave behind. But then what do you have to do? If you have to leave some people behind, you want to find some new people, right? That's how it works. You got to keep leveling up. So I invested in myself in that way. I got myself to a better gym in Portland. I started going on these trips. I started joining these group calls during the week. Paid a guy for a program, which he would have a group call once a week. And I would meet other people who were pretty similar than me, right? It's not too easy in your hometown, depending where you're from, to find people on this path as well. So online and in these groups and in these events is where you're going to have to, because if they're paying to get into a program for knowledge, if they're paying to go to an event and they're spending their hard-earned money, then that's the people you want to be around. They're doing the same thing as you. And this was a game changer. I get to Miami, I see big things, I see big people, and your whole mind shifts. And then I get to, I go to some other cities, meet some more people. Your mind continues to grow and build and expand. And the people that you meet help you expand. Okay? So you invest in yourself and these people, you invest in yourself by this knowledge, the podcast, the books, the events, and then your health as well. Health is the other big investment. And if you can dial that in, everything kind of flows with that. If you can invest yourself to the best gym, invest yourself into the program, into getting on track and seeing where it takes you, then every area of your life kind of flows with it. Every area of your life flows with it. You start investing in yourself, and every area of your life will get better because you learn things that you never knew were possible. You meet people who you didn't know existed, who are on such a different path than you. They're from such a different place that you kind of question everything that you once thought was set in stone. And that's one of the main goals, is getting rid of the beliefs that you used to have that got you to this level and adapting new beliefs that can get you to the next level through the knowledge, through new people, through places, through health. Okay? And I said that was the last thing to invest in. Obviously not. There's many things to invest in. Another one is communication, right? If you can just take the same life you're living and talk to strangers, talking to new people, getting out your comfort zone, that's a big investment that you can make. Invest to yourself into getting over the fear of failure. Invest in yourself into getting over the fear of rejection. And so you can invest in a lot of different things. And once you start doing one, expect to, after a bit of consistency with that first, just add on more and more. And over time, you're going to become a completely different person by not being afraid to invest, by taking full ownership and accountability for your life, and understanding that you're the only one who can change it. I waited so long for somebody to grab my hand and take me to success. And it took me a while to understand that just doesn't happen. You've got to be the one to take a couple risks. You've got to be the one to learn some things. You have to be the one to invest in yourself. And let me finish up my story of after I invested in myself. So I grow as a human. I grow as a child, as a brother, as a big brother, as an older cousin. And so every area of my life gets better. And so even once the market goes down and is at a lower point, because I have invested in myself and met new people who know different things about business and know more than I ever imagined, I was able to succeed even in a low point because I had cut some of my vices, because I had started taking life serious, because I had met new people and understood how the world really works, and took losses as lessons, never hung my head, even when I was in debt and I owed people money for shoes and it was the most stressful time. I knew that would be a time to remember. I could smile through the pain because the low points can get you to the next level. They can help get you to the next level. But only if you invest in yourself, only if you take chances. Because once you become the person, once you become the best version of yourself, then expect these other things to follow. If you work and invest in yourself and work hard, and expect the money to come, expect the friends to come. Once you get to a certain level, everything will follow you. And that's where we want to be. It's a work in progress. But it all starts with one investment. So what's that investment going to be for you? If you're still watching and you watch to the end, thank you so much. Let me know what that one investment will be for you. Is it going to be investing in your health? Are you going to start taking that more seriously? Are you going to start that business that you've wanted for a while? Are you going to stick to a morning routine? Are you going to invest in that time in the morning to stick to a morning routine, build you some consistency, some discipline, get you in the habit of doing positive actions day after day? So let me know what that one commitment is for you, that one investment in yourself is for you, It doesn't have to cost money. It can be free. It can just cost your time. And let's attack this thing. Invest in yourself, baby. That's what we're going to continue to do the rest of our life. It's a never-ending game. Don't expect to hit one level and think you're good. You have to keep investing to keep building, and every investment's just a stepping stone. Let's go, fellows.